You know, one thing about Martial that people don't really notice much. Whenever he scores, you look at any picture of him celebrating his goals. There's always at least one opposition player on his ass, sitting on the floor, because he's that good. You can't find a
Exactly.
Martial goal
Yes,
without an
sir.
opposition
Yes.
player sitting on his ass.
Yep.
See, now I'm saving myself. Don't kick me out yet.
Okay, another question. Oh, these are all the tough questions I'm throwing at you. Okay, like you mentioned about you yourself doing your homework and stuff. Okay, what do you think about the media's influence on the younger, I would say the younger fans, or maybe the fans who just casually watch the game of football? Okay, they like, just wear on the jersey, then okay, I support Manchester United, that kind of stuff. So, what do you think of the, how to say, influence of the media? Okay, I'm talking about the pundits. Okay, maybe on ESPN or on Sky. Okay, talking about those how to say, those newspaper journalists, sports journalists, and whatnot. What do you think about their role in the modern football, the game of football?
Well, I feel like there are good journalists out there. There are bad journalists out there, but generally, I think that, I mean, personally, to me, I do not listen to these people because they are all like one-sided. Once they talk about something, the viewer has to like acknowledge what he said. Whereas if I just abaikan, I just don't listen to them, I can form my own opinions. I watch the game, I form my own opinions, and I see whether that player is good or not. So these media people, you have to respect people who watch them. You have to respect people who, let's say, they trade opinions. I feel like that's their world. To me, I'm just a person who watch football and just form my own opinions. I do watch them from time to time, but I do not like take their word sometimes, because they can be quite controversial, and that's what they want. They want controversy to attract eyes.
Okay, Joshua. Okay, I got a juicy question for you. Okay.
Yes, sure.
Usually, right, this kind of media, they will come with a certain kind of agenda, like Eric mentioned. Okay, normally there are certain players. If you read any article on the internet or whatnot, right, they will always pop up. Okay, example, Paul Pogba, the color of his hair, the kind of stuff which has nothing to do with what he's doing on the pitch. Okay, another fantastic young player that always kena kecam, Anthony Martial. Okay, it's
50 million.
And then okay,
on the train.
this okay. Hey, hello, Pizza, tolong jangan hasut dah. Ni jangan hasut dulu. Give me my moment, please. Okay. So, but then sometimes like the one that I really noticed, that I see the fans' opinion on Facebook. When they post an article and then follow up, they got the comments and whatnot. I see somehow there's a pattern whereby the media actually brainwash, I would say, the younger, the more, how to say, younger fans, more gullible fans, to think of a certain way. Like example, Martial is lazy. Okay, Martial is lazy. Pogba is like he's more into fashion and whatnot. He don't have his heart in Manchester United and whatnot. So, what do you think about this?
Yeah, they're painting a very negative image on football, because you see, football is the beautiful game. It's called the beautiful game. It's not called the ugly game. And the reason what these people like to do is they like to create controversy, as what Eric said, between one club and another club. And it's really sickening, like how is, as you said, hair color related to the way you play in the football. I judge you based on how well you play on the pitch. Simple as that. I don't judge you based on how you dress or whatever style you have, and whether you're lazy. Anthony Martial can be lazy all he wants, but then if he produces the goods, right? Berbatov was one of the laziest strikers we had. The guy still somehow scored goals and was still one of the best for us. So they like to critique the negatives, right, of a certain player, and then they make a huge big issue out of it, and that what attracts these other, your rival fans, like your Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans. All these fans will come, and then they'll say, "Oh, you see, United fans are this, United this." Then Bruno is the new one, Penandes, and stuff like that. So these things happen, but you have to. That is why you can't be gullible. You have to have an eye, for football. You need to know the game. You need to know why. Penalties are still part of the game. Yes. You get a penalty. It's part of the game. You can still miss a penalty, right? So there's so many things, and they did, as I said, they just like grand soundness, all these people like, you know them like, they'll just say things about Pogba, without really doesn't make any sense, and yeah, I mean, I wouldn't pay attention to them honestly, because I will be the one who makes the judge in the end of the day, whether they play well or not, and I'm not going to base it off fashion or how they carry themselves on the pitch or anything like that, because that doesn't matter in the football game. Yeah.
That's very, very good points. Very good points. Just, I think one of the journalists actually released something. I actually saw it on another channel. They were saying that they actually said that Cristiano Ronaldo is selfish, and him coming into United, right? It will affect the team in a negative way, lah. So I don't know. I really don't know. It's like they got nothing else.
Then why did he take a pay cut of only 300? Plus thousand.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. Exactly.
He took a pay cut. What if he really was selfish and wanted the money, right? He would have gone to City. Exactly. So it showed that passion was more than the money in the end of the day. I think what they like to have these juicy things, to talk about.
Exactly.
It's nothing. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Maybe Brown, you can add on to that. And then you can talk about your favorite pundit, that Graham Souness guy. Maybe you can add on.
Why is he my favorite? Why do you want Said? Why do you want Said to be my enemy? Said is my friend. I love Said.
Batu api tu, batu api.
Graham Souness is first of all.
Belajar rekod lah. Aku belajar rekod. Okay. Go.
Let me just add on to the point about this. I think you were mentioning Trevor Sinclair. Trevor Sinclair, 4 days before he said those things, he was praising Ronaldo as the final piece of the puzzle for Manchester City. He will come to City and win everything, and everything is going to be so. 4 days later, suddenly, 4 days later, dia join United je, tiba-tiba. It happens all the time. That whenever a player joins a rival of United, he becomes the best player in the world. When he joins United, he becomes the worst player in the world. That's why we say we are hated, adored, but never ignored. Fabrizio Romano himself has said, that whenever he puts out a tweet that has MUFC written on it, it gets the most likes, gets the most interactions. It's just it makes more business sense to put United's name on everything.
Because
we talk about United, we're the best in the world. No question. So you put United's name there.
Best team.
20 times, Man United.
Yeah, we are obviously going to attract attention. There's no running away from that.
The only thing missing now is a trophy. The only thing missing now is a trophy. Please get a trophy lah. Then we can be more cocky.
For the sake of Eric, kita bagilah trophy lah.
But we still conquered the Premier League lah. Still 20, Liverpool win 19. Yeah, and they're not going to win it for another 30 years, so we can just
hopefully.
To me, a lot of people, this is something that the younger generation also has been influenced by the media. That the only thing matters is trophies, and it's all about winning. It's all about trophies. No, progress is also something. There's this one section of our fan base which is very sad. They do not feel happy enough whenever we are achieving something, because they say we have higher standards, so we only have to be happy if we are winning trophies. At first, they were starting off with, our win percentage is very bad. When our win percentage gets better, then we are not reaching semi-finals. When we are not reaching semi-finals, we are not reaching finals. And then we are not going to. They keep moving the goalpost. Probably. They keep moving the goalpost, and they are never happy. For these kind of people, what I've said once is that for them, the glass is always half empty. And when it's half full, it's half full of shit. That's what it is. These are sad people, and sadly they are in our fan base. They have crept into our fan base, which has always been the best fan base in the world. And we need the brotherhood that is in that used to be in our fan base, and it's still evident today in our real fans. It's not found anywhere else. We are a very special breed, United fans.
Okay.
Bro, one quick question. Okay, for you, right? Because you mentioned this, they're moving the goalposts and whatnot, right? But personally, I feel that we need something of a form of progression. Okay, so no doubt. I mean, under Ole, we can see a lot of progression and whatnot. Okay, but for the next logical progression for United, what would you consider a good progression for us after this? After having being in the Europa finals, okay, we failed to win it. Okay, but then we finished second in the league. Okay, so what is the next progression for you?
To me, any form of progress is progress. Okay, I do not see a lot of fans who do not know about history, do not remember the 26 years we waited for a title. We have waited 26 years for a title before.
Yeah, okay.
We have been relegated before. So these people think, oh, if we finish second behind City, oh, we are terrible. Only out, only out, and only all nonsense is all Arsenal. Used to be Wenger out, Wenger in and out. Remember that one time they flew a plane, Wenger out. Then 5 minutes later, another plane, Wenger in. What is this? Support the club, support the manager, support the players in that order. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
And that has to be the motto. So what was the question again?
No. What would be the next? The maksudnya kan
Yeah,
kita
so
dah
the
go
next step I would say,
the next chapter, the next
is that,
achievement for ni Ole.
see, to me, I would like us to win trophies, yes.
Yeah.
But I don't put that as if we don't win trophies, it's a failure. No. We have a very young team that we are not going anywhere. Next year, we are still here. The following year, we are still here. The following year, we are still here. We're not going anywhere. Eric, he's going to be here for another 50 years.
Yes.
Inshallah.
But he wants to see a trophy, I think.
Yeah.
Eric, you know how a trophy
Sekarang
looks like.
mulai,
But does it mean that,
Yeah, I know.
does it really mean that,
Yes.
You go and Google later. You go and Google.
sorry, coach. But does it really mean that if we don't win a trophy, we just throw it all away and start over? Because that's what we've been doing a lot. We have a rebuild under Moyes was a dismantlation, I would say. Under LVG, there was a rebuild. Suddenly, Mourinho became available, so we threw him out.
Yep.
LVG was not given enough time. Mourinho, he came in, he did his own style of rebuild for short-term success, and then he fell out with everyone, and then we start all over from zero. Now we see the progress and the club going back to its roots, the club going back to its DNA, and we can see the progress. Those people who cannot see the progress, I am sorry to say, but they are not real fans, because they are just looking for agenda. Because if you cannot see the progress now, look at where we were the last day when Mourinho was in charge. 3-1. Zedel Shaqiri, he scored 2 goals against us. This little midget. Sorry, I don't want to be going physical, but damn, Zedel Shaqiri does not qualify as a person who should be scoring against United twice in 1 goal. He was relegated. Liverpool picked him up from relegated Stoke, I think.
Yeah.
And then and we were playing against them with Pogba on the bench.
Yep.
Yeah. So we were in such a toxic situation, in a very terrible situation, and one by one everything has been improved. We can see the first thing he did was he improved the academy. The academy is back alive now. You can see Matchbury, Elanga, he scored a brace today for Sweden under 21s. This McNeil, Hugh Gill, Bill Fish is a future leader, a future captain of United. We have so many young talents coming up, and these have been added to the club at youth level by Oli and Mickey Butt. Mickey Butt is no longer here, but he was instrumental in getting them in.
Yep. Betul.
So we can see that Oli is copying what he learned from Sir Alex, because Sir Alex, he himself called himself a dinosaur. Sir Alex, he is not someone who can magically do miracles, no. But what he did was he surrounded himself with good coaches. He let his football evolve. He didn't just become stagnant. A lot of coaches like LVG, Mourinho also, they are stagnant. They play a certain, even Bielsa, they play a certain kind of football.
Yep.
That's it. They don't evolve. And when you don't evolve, it's the law of nature. If you don't evolve, you die. You become extinct.
Okay. Sorry. So Eric, for this season, what will be the next target? Since last year kita dah achieve Macam tapi this is just throw out your view lah, because of lah. So after last season final doesn't win a trophy for since 2017. The last one is the Europa League final. So what will be the next one for this lepas ni, this season ke, or the next achievement, what will be for Ole?
Don't be affected by what Brown just said.
Jangan takut nanti Brown nak reply balik tak. Just give your opinion. Bagi je.
Okay.
I feel that in league terms, in terms of the league title, I think we're not there yet. We have the squad, we have the tools. I'm just not sure of Ole's game plan. How does he tactically adapt to opponents who are countering his tactics? In finals we've been, quarterfinals, semi-finals we've lost. In the final also last season. So I feel like the next step for Ole is to be more tactically tactically aware of his opposition. I think that's the next step. League title, I'm not expecting United to win the league title. Just second place is okay for me. The domestic cups like the FA Cup, League Cup, the Pep Cup as you call it, the Guardiola Cup, I think that if we win that, win one of two, I think that should be a sign of progression, because he's able to overcome an opponent in the final. I think that is good.
Yes.
Champions League, I don't know yet. Champions League. So that to me, I think Ole's game plan is progression. Yes.
So Josh, how about you? What apa next step untuk Ole in terms of
I would say also
for this season?
Yeah, I would say also he should be aspiring to win a trophy now, because you see, we went to a final. What is the next step of actually progressing from that final? Trophy, right?
Yep.
What's the next step of getting first place, right? So if you're looking at progression in that sense, right? Yes, I agree with whatever Brown also said, that we are now no longer a toxic club. We are stronger together. We are improving as a club and we are improving as a team. But what I see now with this squad, right? I think the squad is ready to actually win trophies. Honestly speaking, with the defense, if you look at our defense, completely settled with Varane. You saw the game against Wolves, how we played. You see our goalkeeper is back. David De Gea is back again.
Yes,
doing world-class stuff, right?
Matrix.
Best in the world.
Matrix, yeah. And then settled also with Pogba and Bruno, except I still think a CDM would really do us a favor, because we really need a CDM to stand in front of our defense. But attack, Ronaldo back. This guy is back. He's gonna rock Old Trafford. So
Ronaldo.
So there's definitely
Ronaldo.
Right. For sure we can win.
United say
Viva Ronaldo.
Viva Ronaldo.
Bro, we can go on for 1 hour singing this.
It's okay. It's a must.
Serious.
And honestly, right, where this guy has been, right, Ronaldo, right, he's always won trophies. You see where he's been, right? So I think it's not something out of the picture, right? We can definitely win a trophy this season. I think we can win an FA Cup, we can win a Carabao Cup this season. I'm not expecting us Champions League, Premier League. I am expecting us to compete. I want us to not get kicked out of the group stage and go back to the Europa League. I want us to really make a challenge to City this time, because we have the squad, but if you're telling me, what's the next step for Ole? He needs to go for a trophy. He needs to get the trophy in, because this squad definitely is ready. And with Ronaldo in, I think even Ronaldo at times, will tell Ole, hey, bring Van de Beek in,
Yes.
Why is he always in the bench?
I'm coaching Ole.
That's disrespectful to Ole, I think. Because you have to remember that Ole has coached Ronaldo before.
Yes.
He has coached Ronaldo before. So Ronaldo has a lot of
joking.
That was just a joke. But knowing Ronaldo, right, this guy, he will really impact the squad. He'll impact everybody in the squad, impact everybody in the team, every staff member, everyone, from the chef also will start cooking good food for them. So this guy is going to
sorry, it will just be chicken breast. That's all. No more fries, no more burgers,
and sky juice.
No more burritos. No more burritos.
Yeah, no sugar, no Coke also.
No.
Hey, drink water.
Yes. Greenwood all all need to drink water already. You can everyone. So even like I feel like Fred's game also suddenly will become world class player. So I feel like he's going to really improve the team, and that will actually really be the stepping stone. So I want to see a United team that actually challenges and actually wins a trophy this season. That is what I want them to see. That's for me progression.
Okay. Brown, to add on to what you mentioned earlier, okay, about how we judge the manager and the team and whatnot. Okay, myself, right, I was really very lucky. Okay, unlike Eric, I was very lucky. We were like winning all the way. Eric, let me just tell you, it was a fabulous time. When I started supporting United back in 98 or so, we were winning like nobody's business, and then I took for granted to the point whereby it's like more like one goal. I mean, we win over one goal, I'll be like, oh man, what a shitty game. We could have won 2-3-0. That kind of, just imagine. And then to the point when Moyes took over, and then the deed and everything, it was a huge crash. So being like, for me, I wouldn't call myself a glory hunter or whatnot, but I want us to go back to that winning ways because I want to experience that feeling again, that feeling of winning something, that excitement, that memories. I want to create a new memory and stuff. So of course, with such high expectations, if just say we don't perform how we are supposed to perform as a good football team, like we always compare to City or Chelsea and whatnot, you see. So of course, as a fan, a passionate fan, we will feel disappointed and whatnot, and that's where sometimes all this kind of harsh criticism will come out and whatnot. We'll be talking about Fred and stuff like that. So, Brown, in your opinion, like a fan like myself, okay, a passionate fan, how do we handle disappointments if just say we can't go out and vent our feelings?
To me, you can vent your feelings. You can say things that is constructive. Constructive criticism is always welcome. But to go ahead and say, get Fred out of my club, or saying Fred is B, and then putting up a packet. Boo, things like that. Those things, Malaysia bule. Okay? No, what I'm saying is, there's a thin line between constructive criticism and toxicity. If you get personal, you get racial, you get, say, this player should never play for my club again, that should not happen. Because the player is contracted to play for our club for 2 years. You have to remember that. However bad a game he has, everybody is allowed to have a bad day at the office. Don't tell me you, coach, you, Joshua, Eric, you're not working yet. Pijal, office. Sometimes you go and nothing works out. The whole day you're like wasted. Today's a wasted day. You get scolded by your boss. Left, right, center, everything is going wrong. Next day you come back to work, you're back to normal. You don't get fired. I hope you don't get fired. But you don't just, you can't say that you are not allowed to have a bad day at the office. And then what happens is, because of these fan channels, because of these, not our fan channel, but certain fan channels, which I don't want to name here, but that is me, but you know what I'm talking about. And then, so these channels, they spread toxicity. They say these things, and what happens is they have a lot of followers, impressionable young followers, and they start to think, hey, this is how you support. That's not how you support. I'll tell you an simple example of how I support. Back when we were dominating, if we are winning a game, the next day I don't care what I'm wearing. But when we are losing a game, I make sure that the next day I'm wearing a United kit. Doesn't matter what it is, but you have to support. Because, you have to be proud to be holding that badge. You have to be proud to be being part of this family. And to say that it is okay to go very, very deeply criticizing this player until the point where you say, oh, he's useless, he doesn't know. One thing I really, really wanted to say was that the allegation that Fred is Pemalas. I'm sorry, Jai Beckham, I'm sorry. But Fred is the most hardworking player on that pitch.
Martial malas
no, I'm not saying nothing against Martial, but the most hardworking.
Things just got spicy now.
Fred, you can say a lot of things about Fred. Batopi. You can say a lot of things about Fred, but you can't say that he's pemalas because he works his ass off every single time. He runs. You look at the 5th minute of the Wolves game. Yes, Fred lost the ball, and actually, if you look at it, he would have recovered the ball, but Pogba was on his way. He was in his way, so they almost collided with each other, and Adama Traore went
What
past
a
them.
clearance by Wan Bissaka though.
Yeah, no doubt.
But wait, don't get there yet, Joshua. Don't steal my thunder. So we are running towards the goal, and Adama Traore is sprinting. Look at Pogba and look at Fred. You can see why I support Fred. I'm not saying Pogba is a bad player, but when that happened, Pogba is slow jogging. Fred is busting his lung.
Yeah.
He was busting his lung going back, and then when Wan Bissaka, now you can say, Joshua, what a clearance by Wan Bissaka.
Yeah.
Okay, what a clearance by Wan Bissaka. Chef's kiss. Okay, once he cleared the ball, who took the ball out of the box?
Can't remember. I think
Fred.
James.
See, people don't remember the good part. Even in the draw, Southampton draw, the best chance of the game came in the 66th minute. I watched the game again. In the 66th minute, Fred from outside the box looked a very nice pinpoint pass
Yep.
to Greenwood's head, and Greenwood headed it over the bar. If it had dipped just 1 centimeter, it dipped below, it was a goal. Fred had an assist. Nobody would say anything about Fred. But his bad luck. You have to remember sometimes luck plays a factor in games. You won't win 38 games in a league season. That doesn't happen. It has never happened in world football. You can check. So there will be times when luck, as Oli says, fine margins. Fine margins. Sometimes the ball goes in. Sometimes the ball doesn't go in. You try so hard. Wolves, did they deserve to go down 1-0 actually with the first half performance? No. But the ball never came in. Never went in.
Because we have De Gea lah.
Yeah, DDG lah. And the best goalkeeper in the world. That's all,
Kalau De Gea main pun kita tak gol.
We have 3 goalkeepers, David Day and here.
David was just crazy.
David De Gea.
David D and Gea.
Aduh. Okay. Alright. So, Eric, what about you? Tak nak, dia macam for me lah kalau dia tanya I macam tadi kita discuss. I rasa macam memang kesian fan yang after post pergi tau, because they never taste the success of United. Then suddenly bila you jadi fan MU you confirm right, left, atas bawah semua kena kecau.
Sure.
Tim nombor 7 lah, tim Europa lah, tim bottom league lah semua kan. So macam mana you in terms of the that one is from fan outside club. How about the fan yang inside club? Macam ni you adapt in terms of tak apa, it's okay. I still love club. Macam ni you handle this toxicity from United fans sendiri tau. Maksudnya you benda ni tu.
Well, I kind of have to relate it to with my father, so because when he started supporting United when United came back from that Brighton defeat in the FA Cup final, I think 1984, and during that era, like Dave Sexton, all those managers, they never won league titles. So mostly Villa, Forest, and then Liverpool. So I feel like I can kind of relate with my father. He had to endure all those Liverpool trophy winning teams with Souness. And so I kind of have like relate with this era. Like we're not really winning the league right now, but I feel like this is like a exciting rebuild, so to say. So that's why I'm kind of like
process.
Yes.
Wait, please don't use that. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a big jinx way. Don't
use that. Please don't use that.
Tapi Eric, apa pendapat you in terms of macam yang cakap macam tadi Brown Knight kata kan, Fred kayu lah, pegang bola tak pandai lah. Macam mana, what do you think about this toxic orang kata so-called toxic fan kan? Apa pendapat you pasal benda tu?
Scapegoat culture.
Boleh lah. Martial culture.
Betul.
Hey, you started it again, this guy.
This guy mana kena ni? That's why attack.
Okay, sama.
I don't know. If I hear or see anyone like blast out players, I don't know. I don't. It's their opinion. If they want to blast out, fine. But to me, I don't interfere them because I don't want to get into an argue with a person like that, because I just feel like when I watch Fred, like yes, that game, of course, yes, he performed badly, but don't remember he also had good games last season before lockdown. So their players, they have good games, they don't have good games, it's fine. But to me, always play for the shirt. Yes. Fred does that.
Yes.
He might not have the ability. Yeah, he does, but it's like, inconsistent. But what he does is he performs like he gives out all his energy on the pitch, and that's what I want.
Yeah, betul. Tapi yeah, you have to accept lah. People usually remember the bad things longer than the good things. Betul lah tu lah. Yeah, Josh, how about you, Josh? The toxic entity orang kata ni.
Because I think we mix up the two, right? We mix up constructive criticism and toxicity. If a player does badly, you're not going to obviously congratulate the player, right? You're not going to say, "Oh, you had a fantastic game." That's just being stupid, lah. So you obviously, when someone has a bad game, I'll judge him based on how well he plays. You're only as good as your last game, by the way.
Yes,
so okay, so if even Bruno, even any fantastic player I like, even if Ronaldo has a bad game, right? I will say, yeah, he has a bad game, right? But I'm not going to obviously put him down and say he doesn't belong in our club. He's not a Manchester United player. Get him out. We're not Arsenal fans. That's what Brown said. We don't sack out what's his guy, Ozil, and we don't boo our captains and all that. We don't do that.
Yes.
But what I will say is, I will definitely assess how he plays. If he plays badly, I'll tell you he played badly, and I felt like shit game today, right? Why must you do that? You have to learn how to to adapt your game, and you have to improve in certain areas. So that's constructive criticism. So for me, sometimes he may have to be dropped also, Fred, right? He's not going to play all the games. So if he's playing badly consistently, like let's say 5, 6, 7, 8 games straight on, right? Then we need a CDM maybe who can come on and at least. I feel like Van de Beek is a good player, right? Why isn't he given the chance when Fred doesn't play so well? So I'm not here to criticize Fred, but I would say, if he plays badly in certain, like in the Wolves game, I felt he did better in the second half, but first half he was really bad, it's terrible. Okay, so I think if a player does badly, I think we should be allowed to say he did badly. But what we are not allowed to do is boo him off or criticize him, say he's not, and then of course go to the racism part and all. That is another story altogether, which is really stupid, Yeah.
Tapi player deserve to be like criticized. Yeah. Even
players deserve to be criticized. Professional because they're professional.
Even though macam you kata lah, macam tadi for example Brown kata, dia memang punca yang hilang bola masa kat tengah early of the game, but then he deserves to be criticized because of that, kan?
Correct. Yeah.
Tapi what happen kalau sometimes ada fans sometimes like macam benda macam tu pun tak apa, Fred walaupun dia tu jadi punca, benda lain dia okey macam tu lah. Aduh, dia keluar apa tu?
Ni dalam sangat weh.
Aduh, dia dah keluarkan kata-kata semangat dah. Tapi Josh, what do you think about that?
About so the same question is what?
I mean in terms of players deserve to be criticized.
Yes.
Are they deserve or as a fan kita macam tak apa, Fred okay.
No,
walaupun dia memang tak teruk main.
If he play very well, I will say, wow, very well, fantastic game. I can tell you, Fred, when he played well like last season, I also was very happy with the way he performed. But when he doesn't perform, you have to say, okay lah, he's not performing well. You have to say why isn't he performing? You have to question why is he not performing well, right? So you have to give he's not performing well. You have to just say the obvious lah. At times when you see it's not performing well. But what I'm not advocating is, going and completely berating the player, saying he's useless lah, get him out of the club and all that. Even like the Martial toxicity. I mean, what is that all about, right?
Yes, exactly.
He was player of the season.
People always forget.
That goal against Liverpool by Martial, man, that was fantastic. And then after that, he did nothing.
Man, Brown. Oh my God.
You don't make fun of players
Oh
and all
my
that.
God.
Brown, what is this?
No,
Hey.
The last time
here's the
Martial
thing. Here's the thing about Martial. He
2005.
has an abundance of talent. Martial has an abundance of talent. He
Yeah.
just needs to focus well, and he will do things that other players will always be envious of. You know, one thing about Martial that people don't really notice much. Whenever he scores, you look at any picture of him celebrating his goals. There's always at least one opposition player on his ass, sitting on the floor, because he's that good. You can't find a Martial goal
Yes,
without
sir.
an opposition
Yes.
player sitting on his ass.
Yep.
See, now I'm saving myself. Don't kick me out yet.
almost, I already put my cursor on your face already. Almost on the button there already.
No,
Okay.
but what I'm saying is constructive criticism is always welcome. But what happens is this is fickle mentality and what I call scapegoat mentality. When we've had a bad game, our mind automatically thinks about, okay, who to blame?
Betul?
Who to blame? Okay, you look at the mentality before the Leeds game. Before the Leeds game started, there was already a certain part of the fan base who was going like, "Oh, why are we playing this formation? Why are we playing with this lineup?" And then what happened? You all know what happened. So you have to trust the manager for that. He knows which player to play. He has the information behind the scenes that we don't know. We as fans, our job is to support. We support the team. The team sheet is out. We can't do anything already. So you support the team. After the game, we can talk about whether it was a good choice or a bad choice. But we are about to kick off, and suddenly there are certain people, oh, we're never gonna win this game. This, that, what's going on? That's just not right. So support the team when we are about to play.
Okay, Brown. Last question. I want to ask everyone. I mean, with regards to this, toxicity and whatnot. How far would a player have to badly perform before a true Manchester United fan said, okay, maybe he doesn't belong in the team, he has to go? How bad has it got to be before that happens?
Manager sekali lah.
Okay lah, we give you an example lah. We give you an example. Okay. We example. There's the Ole out, Ole in, Ole down situation. Okay, how bad does it have to be before you become Ole out? We're giving you just a situation here lah. I'm not saying that you're Ole out lah.
Ya, betul.
For me, I supported the manager when things were worse, much worse, because that's the only way I know how to support. I support the manager, even when Jose was clearly past it. We can see, but we don't stop supporting. We can say, yeah, okay, he's clearly past it. It's a matter of time, and we just keep quiet because we know it's coming. But if you go because whatever we make scream and noise and all that, that's not going to make the decision of the board. The board will make their own decision based on results. But to say, I'm only out, and then how do you justify being only out when we are performing? And let's say there was one, was it you, Joshua?
It was juga.
It was you.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure. It was you that you said that
Bijak.
if we don't win the trophy this season, next season I'm only out. Was that statement from you?
Yep.
Yeah, it was a statement from me. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. Next season, first game, we win. You're like, we won. Ole can't be sacked now. I'm not saying you. I'm saying a person who's only out. You think, I want us to lose so that Ole can be sacked. That is toxicity.
No, that is bad. I would never know.
Betul lah.
Because I want
If
United
you
to
want to be Ole out,
I'm
then
a
it
United
means that
fan.
you want him to do badly, and you want as a ripple effect, you want the team to do badly. So
Jangan
there's
cakap
no other
pasal
way.
ni.
You support the manager. You have to support the manager.
Betul.
You pray that he does well, that he learns from his mistakes, and you criticize, yes, but you can't be only out. That just does not make sense to me. Not you. I mean, not you
Yeah.
personally.
Do you have anything to say, Josh?
Josh, you got anything? You got a lot of things to say?
Counter Brown.
So that's what I was trying to explain in the group. I was not being mad at you or being angry at you or putting you on the spot.
It's okay. We
But
understand your point.
I was trying to explain this to you that how can a person be manager out and still support the team? That doesn't happen.
Betul.
That's an internal struggle within the person himself who At one point, wants the team to do well, but also wants the manager to do worse.
Yeah.
So that's two different sides of the pendulum.
No,
Okay,
my stand is only out. But let's say he doesn't get sacked, lah. Okay,
The United
let's say he
stand.
doesn't get sacked and he's is staying on. I still want him to do well in United, and I still want him to do perform well. But
Then
if
you're
you
all
ask me, lah, personally, with the squad of he has, right, Varane, Ronaldo, Bruno, Pogba, De Gea,
no way.
Rashford, De Gea,
Martial also.
Hey, brother, you're the second.
Hey, I never
Aaron
can
was
do
the
it.
sucker Spider-Man.
I never
Pasal
can
Kim
do it
last.
lah.
Yeah.
Jadi,
So
your favourite
we have-
player-
When have we last been this excited with the squad, man? Look at our squad right now. We are so excited.
Our squad is fantastic. Yeah, so I have to comment only for what he's done so far. He's done fantastic, for us so far. But what I feel is missing at the moment is like sometimes he makes a substitution late. Sometimes he doesn't play certain players we want him to play, and sometimes it costs us a game, lah. Okay, like the Villarreal game, he never made any substitution. Villarreal made 6 substitutions. We made our substitution at the 110th minute. And so our players were totally dead throughout towards the end of the game, right? And we lost out in penalties, lah.
Yeah.
We should have won the game at least 3-1. If we had made the substitutions earlier. So for me personally, right, if Oli, right, he has to prove to me that he can make this squad win something because he has the tools
The
now.
squad,
It's not
yeah,
like
betul.
the board didn't give him any money. Like last time, I was like, okay, the board didn't give him. He only got Van de Beek, he only got Cavani, who was already aged and all that. So I felt like last season he did fantastically well. But now he needs to deliver with a trophy because he has the squad. I'm not expecting him otherwise. So if he wins the trophy, if he gets a trophy for me this season, all in. But if he can't win the trophy, this is judgment season, lah. If he can't win a trophy at the end of the season, then for me, I would be like, my stand would be Oli out. But next season, if let's say he's still in the squad, they've not sacked him. Of course, I'm supporting United. I'll support him, and I want him to do well. And if he wins a trophy next season, fantastic, right? So
betul.
so that's what I am trying to say when I mean Oli out. It's like
Only
this
out
season,
Bukan agenda lah. It's not your
summer.
agenda lah actually.
Only
That's
out
not
in
my
the summer.
agenda. My agenda is for
Back when
United
the
to
season
do well.
starts back only Inogi.
Yeah. No, I'm only in when when they've stuck with the manager. Okay, so the board is stuck with the manager, and let's say in the season, I want him to do well, But if let's say he can't win a trophy in this end of the season, my stand, I would personally do is go for another manager. That's what I would do. That's it. Yeah.
Yep. Jadi,
I think
you have
me-
experience. You have
yes.
experience Moyes. You have experience Luigi. You have
Yeah.
experience Jose, and now Ole. What would be orang kata the last resort?
Straw.
The last
I think
straw lah.
This is very easy. The last straw for Ole would be if we falls out of top 4. That's it. It's so easy.
Oh, yeah.
Because the previous managers, they like Mourinho, of course, he didn't get top 4, but it just felt like he wasn't able to get top 4. So then the board sacked him. Moyes, of course, he missed out on top 4, sacked. Van Gaal, he won the FA Cup, but that doesn't qualify him to the Champions League. Same, he got like 5th place, sacked. So I think the only outers in this season, they will lose. Because I believe Ole has the tools to get top 4. Easy.
Tapi you kata Ole has to. Tapi kalau you remember Jose punya style, Jose punya time, dia has not been given the tools to
Correct.
build his team, create his team now. Dia bagi apa masa first season je. Zlatan and Pogba. And then Daily Bailey,
And
if I'm
then he wanted
mistaken.
he had to swap Martial for Willian.
That's why he got sacked.
That is why he got
That's
sacked.
why.
Yeah.
Learn,
What-
Ole, learn.
Ramai ni. Tapi my point is that you cakap Jose, macam Jose has board dia tak support Jose tau. So kenapa in terms of, do you believe that kalau Jose diberi same as Ole, dia boleh perform better tak? I mean in terms of do we go for that or not?
Well, I'm not too sure, but Ole is kind of a nice guy. He'll never throw his players under the bus. Mourinho in the other sense, he does throw his players under the bus. He does say that this player didn't play well, like he did with Spurs. Like Alderweireld, I think he didn't play well, and then he just said like these players, they are not doing what I told them to. So he does happen to do that most of the time, and that he loses he loses the players' trust, so they don't play for him, and that he doesn't get top 4.
Yep.
But Ole, he's a nice guy. He will never throw players under the bus. If he is under pressure, the players will perform. I remember that time in December somewhere.
Yes.
They were up against Spurs. They were up against Spurs, City, yes, and then he like beat.
Eric, who scored? Who scored against City?
I remember he hit the post and went
Never
forget what the guy done to you all. Yeah.
One thing about Jose, and the one big flaw about Jose is that when he came here, he expected disposable signings like Pep gets. No,
of course, you are Manchester United.
This player doesn't work
in England.
This player doesn't work. Okay, I just throw him out. I get another one. Disposable signings. So when he got, I think Eric Bailly was not working out, he wanted another Maguire. So the board was like, you already have Eric Bailly, you already have Lindelof. Use him. Why are you not using him? Because he already fell out with them. He already criticized them so badly that they don't want to play for him. Why should they play for these people? Have egos. They are multi-millionaires in their own sense. So they have egos also. So to manage those egos is something that a man manager does, and Sir Alex Ferguson was the best at it. And who learned from Sir Alex Ferguson? Oli.
PE teacher.
But the difference between Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and
the ball in the German's net. Who put the ball in the German's net?
Josh, you were saying, Josh?
Josh.
I was saying the difference between Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Jose Mourinho was he made use of whatever he could get. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, whatever signing he was given, right, he made use of them. He made them do very well. Even Cavani, everyone, I remember last season saying he's too old.
Me.
Yeah. I felt he was still something was there in him. Yeah, but so he's done well with whatever signings. I don't know why Van der Beek he doesn't want to, but I don't know. I can't tell why. But I mean, yeah, but I mean, if you really look at the way he signed all the players he signed, and all the players are signed pretty good. No real flaw in them. They're not flops. Whereas like Mourinho, the signings were not so good. Van Gaal, the signings didn't work out. Moyes, the signings also didn't really work out. So for us, I feel like
Moyes
he's got a good
Fellaini. Not Fellaini. Our internal plan B.
Anything fails, just long ball.
81 crosses,
But one thing I think we can all agree upon, the positive thing about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the players all play for him.
Exactly.
Every single player plays for him. That is actually the main thing in modern day football. This is one of the things.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, sorry Dom. I nak tanya. Okay, eksklusif dekat Jom Lepak sama macam ni. Eric, what's your favourite player in the current squad? Kena declare. You have to declare. No, Josh kita dah tahu.
Actually, I don't have a favourite lah. I can say Luke Shaw because of how I admire Luke Shaw. I'm not his fan. I admire him because that time that injury he had during the PSV, was like awful. He was at his lowest. And now he's like an England starter. He's playing for United, considered one of the best left backs in Europe. So I admire his comeback. Yes, I admire
the best, man. And Robertson, I can go fly kite. The guy, get out of here. Yeah.
I admire Shaw.
Yeah.
Shaw.
Yep. Oh, Shaw. Yep. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it.
Okay, no, we go around Robin lah. Josh, wait, never mind, we go with Brown Knight. Josh is safe for the last. Josh the paling sedap. Brown Knight.
But Martial is not in the squad currently, right? So yeah.
Martial is not in the squad currently.
I mean, he's not in the current, like in the starting 11, right? He never plays from the starting 11, right?
I think
the squad.
He needs to we need to ease him in lah. But don't potong steam first. Brown Knight.
You want to change player FC?
No. No, Martial's still my favorite. Yeah.
Keep pass.
Bro. Your favorite player in the current squad right now?
You have to choose one lah, Brown. Janganlah fikir lama.
Because there's so many to choose from. That's the problem.
The best. For you.
Cristiano lah.
Cristiano tak boleh. Cristiano tak boleh. Semua orang.
That's before already.
Semua orang.
By
Yeah,
default,
cuma-
Cristiano, you can't get better than that. He is a 5-time Ballon d'Or winner. He's the only player who's got Ballon d'Or playing for United after the Holy Trinity. He still holds the record for most league goals scored for us. I think it's 41 in that incredible season that he has had with us. And he's a legend for just coming back.
Yeah.
For at 36 challenge. Something that should a lot of people really very toxic when the City news broke out. Actually, I was like, no, this is not gonna happen. Hey, come, we'll see what happens tomorrow. And he proved me right. I was like, it was hurting me also. But because my reaction video also never came out, so I don't know what happened to that.
Soon, it's coming.
So,
Ya, bukan ayat edit ni. Shout out member kita
Hantar
lain
video ni
lah.
tak keluar nanti.
it was so painful to watch him being linked
Linked to
to
City.
a small club.
Yeah.
And then when this happened, it was like, wow, a dream come true.
Yeah.
He's a prodigal son. He has won everything with us before, and he's gonna win everything with us in these 3 years that we're gonna get over. Imagine 3 Premier League titles back to back. Champions League.
Yes.
That's gonna happen. We have Champions League 1 and Champions League Ronaldo already.
Yes. World Cup
That is a
Pogba. World Cup
possibility.
Pogba. We have World Cup Pogba.
World Cup Varane also. So
Okay.
it's actually a possibility, guys. We are winning it all.
Definitely. That's my
I think we'll win the Champions League this season. Personally, I think we'll win.
That's my expectation for this. Nothing less with the tools that he has.
Champions League basically
Nothing less.
round robin. Anybody can win.
Anybody can win it. Yeah. on their day,
Yeah.
on their day.
Once you get to the later stages, anybody can
Yeah.
win. So yes, we're gonna win.
Because the Premier League, you need a lot more consistency. Lah.
Yes,
so
38
I don't know if
games,
we can win.
That's the thing lah. Yeah, betul.
Exactly.
League is consistency.
The league
Betul.
never lies.
Okay, Josh.
Never lies.
Last statement. Your favorite player on the current Manchester United squad, apart from Cristiano
It's not a
Ronaldo.
big.
Apa pun Cristiano lah. Ini choice lah. Ini choice lah Cristiano.
Oh yes!
I just want to say this
Decoy. Cristiano is the best decoy we have.
just because of that statement, this episode is a success. Yes.
Yes, sir. He's isolated Skirtle. Oh yeah, that's world class. And it's at Stratford and
And
so
ended Skittles' career.
Liverpool. It's world class. It was a fantastic episode. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So we are at the end of our segment. Okay, so what do you guys think of our segment? What do you guys think of the media, the input of the criticism? Okay, and then the toxicity in the fan base. Leave your comment in the comment section below. Like usual, like, share, subscribe, and let's get the 1,000 subs as soon as we can. All right, before the Newcastle game. Let's do it. See you guys in the next episode.